Well, it's been a marathon day of big budget business. There were surprise tax cuts, cost of living sweeteners, winners and losers, and we finally got to wheel out our AI office chatbot, WaleedGPT.
We thought it would be a snooze fest, but against all the odds, this pre-election budget delivered a surprising amount of action.
They are Delulu with no Salulu.
A dead weight, Mr. Speaker.
A cruel hoax.
Extinction salmon.
The headliner no one saw coming? Tax cuts for everyone.
We've topped up the tax cuts from last year.
To find out more, we turned to AI.
WaleedGPT, what do these tax cuts mean for local morons like us that need cash?
Fast.
It means from mid-next year, everyone earning 45k or more will get up to $268 extra in their pay slip. That's about $5 a week and up to $536 extra from 2027. That's $10 a week.
If it keeps going up, by 2030 we'll be...
That'd be, do you have a calculator?
No, I'll take my shoes off, we'll count toes.
The toes, yeah, perfect.
Beauty.
The Prime Minister's cruel hoax of a budget offers cash-strapped Australian families 70 cents a day in 15 months' time.
The Shadow Treasurer voted against tax cuts for every Australian worker.
Another big budget boost, $8.4 billion to make GP visits cheaper and $690 million for cheaper medicines.
So how are we going to access cheaper, hardcore meds? Just asking for a mate.
The government is pledging to cut the price of medicines on the pharmaceutical benefits scheme from $31.60 to no more than $25 per script.
You said bucks?
Yeah.
It's more relaxed than the actual Waleed.
Other budget measures include foreign investors being banned from buying existing homes, a $200 million freeze on the draft beer excise, and a ban on non-compete clauses for workers earning up to $175k. The biggest loser, the budget bottom line, with a deficit of $27.6 billion.
I'll tell you who's really worse off, and that is the next generation of Australians.
That's cool, Jane Hume, but what about the next generation of pandas?
Yeah.
Over 10 years, the two giant pandas at Adelaide Zoo will get an extra $7.6 million.
7.6 million? Surely they'll have sex for that amount of money.
Oh, paint me black and white and put me in a cage.
We don't pretend that the job is finished. One of the reasons we're asking Australians respectfully for another term in government is because we know that there's more work to do.
The budget's brought out a whole new side to you, Nick. Sam Maiden joins us now. Sam, how many of these budget lockups have you done over the years?
Look, more than some people get for murder.
And what do you give this one out of 10 then?
Look, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. I thought there were some interesting parts of it. Obviously Medicare needs a bit of a boost. I think the tax cuts are a bit complicated because they cost too much and they deliver too little. They cost $17 billion, but you only get $5 in the first year and then $10 thereafter. So I think it's a bit of a mixed bag, but they're certainly trying hard. And I think that the Labor Party be pretty happy. They've got a story to tell now.
Well, that story is the interesting bit. I mean, you say they're expensive, $17 billion. That is over 4 years, so it's not, a colossal amount of money. The thing that struck me about them is that they're so minimal. They're sort of less than meets the eye there, and yet it's the only thing everyone's talking about today. Is this weird, or is that actually the whole point?
Well, I think that basically they want to suggest that they're giving everybody a little bit of extra cost of living relief. The question is how effective it is, of whether you could spend that $17 billion in a different way. It's about twice, for example, what they're spending on Medicare. And I take your point about like how much it costs over a period. But they're still expensive. I'm not sure how much they're paying you at Channel 10, but I still think $17 billion is a lot of money. And it's just a question of how effective it is, I think, really.
I'll email you the Channel 10 budget when we're off air. But on these tax cuts then, if this is the main centrepiece and if they're meant to win people over, do you think they will? Or do you think that voters are going to be thankful for this and respond accordingly at the ballot box?
I think that that's a really big question. Jim Chalmers makes the point, and fair enough, that you've got to see them cumulatively. You're not getting $10 a week if you look at it that way. You're getting $50 a week. But it remains to be seen whether the voters will go, fair enough, we're not going to kick you out after one term, not completely happy with you, but we'll give you another go. or whether Peter Dutton has some shiny and new things that he's going to reveal very shortly that blows it out of the water.
Did anything in the budget surprise you?
No, look, I don't think there was anything wildly surprising. I wondered if they were going to do something with tax cuts. I'd asked Albo that question a couple of weeks before and he didn't rule it out. But I was, I suppose, surprised that it was interesting to see that the Treasurer, after doing that surgery on the original coalition tax cuts to make it fairer to lower and middle income earners, he's just giving, it's almost like a flat tax cut. It doesn't matter if you earn $50,000 or $500,000, you get the same $268 in the first year and $500 odd in the second.
All right, Sam, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, from one Sam to another. Me, the way it should be, really. Look, the federal budget's out there. It's all anyone's talking about. Finance Minister Katie Gallagher, it's a big moment for her. And let me tell you, she's really got her groove back. It's exciting. Like, she's chilling out. She's asking questions. Look how relaxed she is working the room today.
Katie?
Yeah, and Dom, is it your birthday today? Yes. Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dom.
Yeah. Lee? Finn. Nice name. I was going to name my son Finn, but his last name is Skinner.
Oh.
So it would be Finn Skinner. So Finn Skin. Didn't work. So he's Charlie.
It's the backward walking through. It's a special skill.
I like embarrassing people.
Katie knows all of your birthdays.
I know that certainly the three people standing behind me are into me.
Thanks very much, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow.
Sorry, Jim.
Sorry, Jim. And if you like that, guys, you can catch her show at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival for the next month. Good luck, Katie.